Chat, it's been a very, and I mean very long time since we did a spectating bronze Overwatch. We got this guy, Beethoven, who sent this in last night, which is a bronze 1 tank player on Hollywood playing Orisa / Rein. Said, hi, howdy, I'm a Rivals player who hit Eternity last season. If you don't know what Eternity is the equivalent of Overwatch's, well, I guess GM still. Think about before Champion got added, it would be GM, but I've been struggling a bunch on tank in this game. I feel that's because I don't have much matchup knowledge and my awareness is lacking. That is actually pretty true. I bet that you're probably getting cooked on your counter swap game. I'm just not used to the first person at all. Oh, that too. I've been playing a bunch of Rein, Rein though, and while I'm almost always top kills and damage on my team, I feel like my actual tanking ability is very bad and I die too frequently. Yeah, so Rivals has probably poisoned your brain thinking big number mean better at the game, but that doesn't actually work in Overwatch. I tried not to find an ego boost game, so I picked one where the other team was clearly much better than ours, specifically their Tracer, so I'd like it if you picked apart my gameplay and didn't hold back. This was their profile that they sent. So they're level 61 in game, so they've got a decent amount of hours. They just hit the 40-hour mark, so they've got 23 hours in quick play, 8 hours in comp, 8 hours in game browser is actually very interesting. I wonder what they're doing in there, and an hour in arcade. I'm in. Let's roll. Chat. Type 1 if you think he's gonna fire strike the door. Type 2 if you don't think he will. Damn, no skin check? He's a brand new player. He doesn't have one. You guys are all typing 1. You have faith he's gonna fire strike the door?
2, 1. Attackers incoming.
It's about 9 years late, so it misses. So if you're gonna actually fire strike the door, you should do it as the doors are supposed to be opening. Because think about player psychology, right? What are you doing? Let's make a note right now. When you're on the opposite side about to leave spawn, what are you doing? Your dumbass is fucking licking the window, sitting there trying to, let me out the door, let me out the door. So the best way you're gonna hit people is to time it as the door opens. You sit there on your phone, I hate you. Problem number 1 already, just standing here and shielding. Probably not going to be the best for your health, but regardless though, you're playing in bronze, so there's not really a lot else to do. I'd let your shield recharge, but you're not doing that. You're just going to let it slowly go down. So if you figure out that Tracer's up there, which I think you're going to figure out in just a second because you're hearing her, I'd probably keep an eye on that hallway more than looking main, because you're never going to save that guy. That guy's just feeding his brains out. Here's the other thing though, right? Something you're going to have to get used to in this game is the tank player decides where everybody else fights. So if you play out here, everyone on your team is a bunch of fucking rodents who are going to all follow the leader. So if you stand out here the entire time, they're all going to stand out here. If you start to slowly back away, they'll back away too. So you have to herd them like cattle. So you've been out here a little too long, you've already lost somebody, and you're probably gonna lose another here in a sec. Actually, good pin though, unironically. Mechanically, I can already tell you, with all due respect, you are definitely better than the bronze player, for fucking sure. Obviously you hit Eternity and Rivals, so like you have to have some kind of mechanical skill. That said though, Rein's also really difficult on this map. So like, I probably wouldn't even be playing Rein here. Oh, you're dead. You have made a critical error. You got saved at the very last second. That said, if you understand why you made a critical error, there is never a reason in the history of reasons that you should be just spinning out into the middle of Narnia into an enemy team. You are just dead on dead, especially once you get above bronze. So you talked about how you die too much. That should have been a death. You got bailed out. Actually, good pin. That was stupid. All right. You get this guy 1 HP, and for some reason you try to go for the flashy fire strike. Just swing the hammer twice, brother. Oh shit, that's 20 seconds. I'm used to the 5-second one. Yo, just swing the hammer twice, brother. You don't gotta go for the fire strike. You know, boom, boom. You would have killed him right there. He would have died. Instead, he walks away from you. Secret forbidden tech, right? As you're new, I'm gonna teach you something new. Rein's hammer follows your screen. I'm gonna show you where this is important in real time. Ready? Boom, you hit him. You see where it hit? It hit, the hammer hit right where your crosshair was when it came across. Right here. Boom, it hits. There's a secondary fun fact. The edges of your screen technically reach further because the hitbox is a square. And so by turning your screen as the hammer goes, you can extend your reach. So you can see how this bitch is just like an inch too far away and you fucking whiff. There's actually a world where if you had started this swing and then you flick your camera to the left because the hammer's coming from left to right, you would have killed him. Those are small things that players have learned over years of knowledge that you have to catch up on because you've never played the game before and you're 9 years behind. But here's the other thing. You're nanoed and you're not swinging. You are nanoed and you waited the entire nano to do anything. Granted, mechanically, you are actually very good compared to like the average bronze player. I have no doubt in my mind you will climb. However though, you get hesitant. AKA, big blue on me mean I go kill you. You know? That's kind of how it is. You can also wiggle to get it easier. I mean, the wiggle is just like flailing. It's not like actually tech. You're just like hoping that you'll hit them, you know? It's kind of like there's a bug on the wall, and instead of slapping it with a fucking broom, you're like brushing at it, hoping that at some point the bristles will crush it, you know? So I probably would shield your Zen here really quick when he was really low HP. Like after you chase the Tracer away, just instantly shielded him. And just keep an eye on their health bar when you see they were really low, but other than that's fine. So here's the next thing. Rivals, unfortunately, most players in Rivals are stupid. High ground taking has not, like, I mean, you'll know this, right? Where, like, people don't play the most optimal way in ranked, right? Like, they'll play, like, you'll see pro play positioning is actually very different than ranked positioning. This game, it's not. It's actually very similar, almost all the way down. AKA, the two places to hold are either right here on this corner right at the beginning, or you walk high ground. And unfortunately you're on Rein, so high ground's kind of out of the question. So you're kind of just backing away and losing your best spot, and you're also losing players. You have a shatter too, which honestly could have probably been nice by now, but you're gonna probably go for it a little too late, which is AKA like right now, I'm guessing. No, never mind, you actually don't even use it at all. So not a bad idea to try to pin him. Honestly, like I've seen worse. But like, you've had your ult for too long. You've had this thing for about 19 years. I think Rein ult's like technically one of the fastest to generate in the game, like damage number wise. Obviously you have to hit things though, which is harder. But like I think like the amount of damage required, it's like one of the easier ones or faster ones. So sometimes you just gotta rip that shit. Classic soldier popping his ult 1v5, and all right. Sometimes you just gotta, you know, you're probably listen. All right. That's where you realize as a player, like, this is what we call in Overwatch 50-50. You know EOMM in Rivals? This is 50-50 Overwatch. Sometimes you got a 50-50 guy on your team, and that guy just popped Visor 1v5 and did nothing with it, you know? Sometimes it is what it is. That said, though, you also just kind of turned around and just started feeding after that guy died. Best way to not do that, let that guy die, fight the 4v5. So you actually have a good decision-making process. It's just you're hesitant. Honestly, I'd rather you just fucking rip decisions. Because like you thought about pinning this guy, I know you fucking did. You thought about it, and then you fire striked him, and then you were gonna back away, and then you were like, you know what? He needs help, and then you just jump pinned into a corner. Happens. But like, your ideology is correct. Like your first instinct to actually like get like that guy's on my teammates. Let me kill them and kill that guy and save him. That's correct. But you just didn't act on it. That said, though, you've also had Shatter for about 19 years and it's starting to piss me off now. Hurry the fuck up and hit the goddamn button. You've gone 2 whole points without hitting an ult. Brother, you played Rivals. Rivals, we get ults every 6.75 seconds. Why the fuck haven't you ulted yet? Brother, if you don't hit that Q sometime in the next week... Oh, you're starting to piss me the fuck off. Brother, hello? Oh, you're gonna rip this right into the... Oh, that baby. So, imagine you did that 2 points ago. See how much value you got? Now, you probably should have died on the pin, real talk. Like, anything above bronze, you're fucking dead on that whole pin. But, see how much value you got? Now, you're gonna probably pin back and die. And then lose the game. However, we can learn from that. He's saving the ult for PvE. Oh, Jesus Christ. Are you gonna fall victim to trying to think that Orisa is a poke tank? So all right, here's a couple things that happened. There's a lot of things that just happened at once. You just saw your Bastion die. Where the fuck did he die? Wait, actual question of the day. Where the fuck did that guy die? Hello? God, bronze is a magical fucking place. I've never seen someone come out of spawn and take a fight up there. All right, that said, just keep an eye on that. Now you know it's there, okay? Okay, you got, hey, wait a minute. So, counterpoint. Your mechanics, actually pretty damn good. In bronze especially, I wouldn't even have worried about trying to hit your shots on him. Just spear him. You could have smoked his ass because you hit multiple shots on him and you're damage boosted too. This is a commit of a cooldown, because now he's gonna get away, right? Like you push him out, right? But if you speared his ass, oh my god, you would have one-shot him. So kind of not using your cooldown when you probably could have, right? So you end up spearing the queen and that does nothing, right? What's the point? The other thing, you're playing Orisa like a poke tank. This ain't a poke tank. This is a 600 HP iron wall that comes and falls on your fucking family home. And that's it. And it just ruins your entire life forever. That said, you're still dealing with this fucking ass tracer back here. Hey, good commitment. Hey, if you hit the spear, you probably would have won that. Right? Now, wait. You've got one. Are you gonna res? The problem with this fight right now is you're just not doing anything because you're stuck between going forward and backwards, and so you're like I don't know what to do. You gotta just make a fucking decision. Your decision is either I'm going to start walking forward. Well, actually, real talk, your decision should have been to fortify at some point. This button right here, this cooldown, this thing. Holy Jesus Christ, is that thing busted, right? That thing is like. You press that button and walk over things, right? Like if you walked up to the choke and you were full HP, you could walk through the choke, press that button, and legitimately you became Thanos for 4 seconds. That's kind of the things you gotta do. You didn't use it. So sitting there poking doesn't do shit. I would have speared that guy. No fear. Okay, think about it this way. All right, I'm gonna explain it to you. In Rivals, right? If you catch someone on the flank, like a DPS on the flank, right? And you're playing tank, like let's say you're playing Strange, and you have a full charged E coming up, do you start shooting at the guy and then walk up to him and hit the E? Or do you get a little bit closer, hit him once, and then hit the E so he just pops like a fucking balloon? If he's not looking at you, you do the second option. It's kind of the same thing here, where you're shooting at them early and it makes them move because they stand still half the time to shoot. So instead of just like left-clicking them down, I'd just be instantly going for the spear and trying to one-shot him. See, that was actually a good spear. The queen just ate it. That was actually pretty good, though. So after the shout, wait the shout out, right? Now the shout's out, now walk. Well, now you want to back walk, and now you want to probably wait a sec. This is good. No. All right. Here's the deal. All right, you have it. This is actually peak. Watch this. Want me to teach you peak? This is how you fucking bully. You absolutely bully the fuck out of someone on Orisa. You make them want to uninstall and never play the video game ever fucking again. Right? Watch this. They ult. Ding ding. Guess where they went? They went in a small hallway. Your spin is the most annoying cooldown known to man. I would have just turn around. You're gonna obviously use it a little early, right? But if you don't end up like if you have your cooldowns here, I'd walk into this hallway and I'd send this guy to God. Push him into the fucking hallway, and I don't even care if no one else shows up. I want you to fight this guy to fucking death because he's gonna have a horrible time. It's a queen fighting an Orisa, you know. Unfortunately, though, you kind of just let him go, and he just like walks away. You don't try to spear him back up the stairs or anything like that. But like my eyes light up so much. It's like, oh my god, I can. The best way I can equivalent this to Rivals is Thor before his changes. If you played Thor before his changes and you bumped into one of those Thor players that like to kidnap you constantly, it's like that. Now this is good actually. Yeah, you're just gonna end up winning the fight, but I don't think you had a whole lot of impact that round other than just surviving, which is still good, but yeah, you honestly. Oh, that was the first one that I was like, oh, that was good. That was good. Like, you're getting it little by little. You're getting it. You just need experience, real talk. Cause like the way I can tell you need experience is like before that retake, you were looking at like so many random places instead of looking at the chokes or looking at where they could come from. Like you're looking at random hallways and shit. That's just time. Oh yeah, yep. This is the one. This is the way. This is the way. Don't give up. Oh, good. Good cooldown management. Oh yeah, you're gonna be out of bronze in no time. So this is where you turn into a lost puppy, right? You turn into a lost puppy once you have good mechanics, good cooldown usage. You're like, oh shit, what the fuck do I do? You have no game sense yet. That'll come with time. So look where they were trying to go. They're trying to go high ground. The Juno trying to go high ground. Guess where their diva is?
Engaging thrusters.
High ground. One of the most important things to fight for in Overwatch. So you kill this guy immediately. Next thought should be, all right, going high ground, going up top, going high ground. Boom, boom, boom. Why? Fight for high ground gives your DPS better spaces to go. If they rush point, fuck it. You rush behind them. You're playing Orisa. You bully the shit out of them. You'll be fine. You win those. But at least holding space is important. Now you might say, what about pushing the car? How did your Bastion just die? I don't know how they did. I was about to say you could pull him in with your Orisa, but unfortunately you were already down a couple, so it is what it is. I would have done that sooner. Like the second he dashed in, pull him in right away. Just a little too slow. Like I said, this is a 50-50 lobby. Your Bastion's taking 1v1s with the obvious really good tracer on the enemy team and getting rolled. And your soldier might be an AI that slipped out of the stadium / player versus AI. It happens, right? Like it is what it is. Good job marking the tracer. She's low. Unfortunately, you don't get the kill though. Spear. Oh, this is what I mean about you don't think about your one shot. You don't think about your big button yet. You're too focused on hitting your shots and being mechanically good and like trying to do like you're not comfy yet. You're not there yet. That's a time thing. I can't. You've got the beginnings of it. You got to think about it more. Using your cooldowns effectively. Oh, you took the shield one. Oh, I don't know about that one. On this specifically. So the reason I don't know if I would have took the shield one is, yeah, because you're running around so much. You're not playing bunker. If you do take the shield one, which is fine if you really want to, you have to understand you're going to be playing a lot slower now. So like ideally, it's not bad, right? You get to poke out with your shield here a little bit, but you also don't play your shield very often. You don't really have a comp to play your shield very often. And you're, see, honestly, you're using your 4 to 5 shield. I know, listen, you're gonna need some time. You're playing in bronze. There's this thing in bronze called the Pact. If a Diva Bomb goes off, someone's gonna die to it every fucking time. Happens since the dawn of time. That said, the second I saw that running, I know you've got the mechanical skill. I would have ran back and tried to fucking shield that off. It is what it is. You're in bronze. You gotta realize that. That also said, you're also playing, in my opinion, the 2 least impactful tanks for you to play right now. You're playing Orisa into Diva, so like your shots are constantly getting eaten, and you were playing Rein before, which on defense and you were kind of struggling. So your picks so far haven't been the best. If I was to give you a best case scenario, I'd probably play Winston here, so you can play high ground, but also roll their Diva and their Genji. This is actually interesting. This is actually a good start. See, if you had your spear there instead of the shield, or sorry, not spear, your shield, like spin instead of shield, you could have actually kept the Diva from retreating, which is like part of like what the brawl is that you don't have anymore since you took that perk instead. Did you fortify and then? No, you didn't. Okay, good. You can also treat the Orisa ult like a second fortify, right? So if like you fortify here and you go through the whole fortify and then you get low again, you can ult. That's how I use it mostly. Kill squishies first if you can. Kill squishies first if you can. Who cares about the Diva? She's running for her life. If there's a Genji ult, look for that first. You had to respond to the scary ults immediately. Spear, some spearing, any spearers, any spearers, any spearers, any spearers, any spearers. Okay, they died. Any spearers, any spearers. Okay, you got another kill. That was good. Nice, you got another kill. That's good. Any spearers, shield, nice. Spears, any spears, any spearers, any spearers, any spearers, any spearers, any. Oh, shield, please, for the love of. My brother in Christ, you've killed 4 with just your left click. You're using half of your kit. You're pissing me off because you're clearly better than this rank, but you don't use your fucking buttons. I imagine this what it's like if you were a Valorant pro and you were just watching someone only pick the gun and use no abilities, no smokes, no util, nothing. If you were playing Overwatch and you just literally picked, I don't know, Tracer and never blinked. I don't know, maybe if you played Rivals and you just like only you walked around on Star-Lord and aimed, you never flew, you never rolled, you never ulted. Like that's what it's kind of like. You're not using half your kit, which is the whole character is based around cooldowns. I think you're gonna get it. I think you're gonna get it with some time, but it's gonna take a little bit. But there you go. Cool.